I know that you're here because you want to learn about the types of people a wise person silently cuts off from their life. And I'm here to share that wisdom with you today. But before we dive into the specifics, let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt drained, frustrated, or held back by certain people in your life? If you have, then you're not alone. We've all been there at some point. You see, as we navigate through this journey of life, we encounter many different types of people. Some lift us up, inspire us, and help us grow. But others, well, they do the exact opposite. They drag us down, drain our energy, and hinder our progress. And it's these people that a wise person learns to silently cut off. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but isn't cutting people off harsh or unkind? And to that, I say no. It's not about being harsh or unkind. It's about being wise. It's about recognizing that not everyone is meant to be a part of your journey. It's about having the courage to let go of those who no longer serve a positive purpose in your life. So, who are these people that a wise person silently cuts off? Well, there are 6 main types, and today we're going to explore each one in depth. The first type of person a wise person silently cuts off is the negative Nancy. You know the type. They're the ones who always seem to find the downside in every situation. They complain, they criticize, and they bring down the mood of everyone around them. They're the ones who, when you share your dreams and aspirations with them, tell you all the reasons why it won't work out. Now, don't get me wrong, it's okay to have doubts and concerns, it's okay to be realistic. But there's a difference between being realistic and being negative. A negative person will focus solely on the potential obstacles and challenges without ever acknowledging the possibilities or opportunities. They'll try to discourage you from even trying, telling you it's too hard, too risky, or too unrealistic. But here's the thing. As someone wise once said, the only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. In other words, if we let the negative voices of others infiltrate our minds and hearts, we'll never achieve our full potential. We'll never know what we're truly capable of. So how do you deal with a negative Nancy? Well, the first step is to recognize them for what they are. Don't let their negativity infect you. Don't let their doubts become your doubts. Instead, surround yourself with positive, supportive people who believe in you and your dreams. And if you have a negative Nancy in your life who you can't completely cut off, like a family member or coworker, try to limit your interactions with them. Don't engage in their negative conversations. Politely change the subject or walk away if necessary. And most importantly, don't let their negativity define you or your dreams. The second type of person a wise person silently cuts off is the energy vampire. These are the people who seem to suck the life out of you every time you interact with them. They're the ones who always need something from you, your time, your energy, your resources, but rarely, if ever, give anything back. They're the friends who only call you when they need something, but are never there for you when you need them. They're the coworkers who always dump their work on you, but never offer to help you with yours. They're the family members who constantly demand your attention and energy, but never seem to reciprocate. Here's the thing about energy vampires. They're not necessarily bad people. They're not intentionally trying to drain you, but intentional or not, that's exactly what they do. And over time, it can leave you feeling exhausted, depleted, and resentful. So how do you deal with an energy vampire? Well, the first step is to set clear boundaries. Learn to say no when you need to. Don't feel guilty about putting your own needs first. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. And if setting boundaries doesn't work, if the person continues to drain you despite your efforts, then it may be time to cut them off. It's not easy, I know, but sometimes it's necessary for your own well-being and growth. The third type of person a wise person silently cuts off is the drama queen or king. These are the people who seem to thrive on chaos and conflict. They're always in the middle of some crisis or controversy, and they have a knack for dragging everyone else into their drama. They're the friends who constantly complain about their relationship problems, but never take any steps to actually solve them. They're the coworkers who always seem to be involved in some office gossip or politics. They're the family members who stir up conflict and tension at every gathering. Now, don't get me wrong. Life is full of challenges and struggles. We all face difficult situations and emotions from time to time. But there's a difference between facing life's challenges with grace and resilience and constantly creating or exacerbating drama. Drama queens and kings tend to exaggerate or blow things out of proportion. They often play the victim, blaming others for their problems instead of taking responsibility for their own actions and choices. And they have a way of sucking you into their drama, making you feel like you have to fix their problems or take sides in their conflicts. But here's the thing, their drama is not your responsibility. You are not obligated to fix their problems, take sides in their conflicts, or be a constant sounding board for their complaints. In fact, getting involved in their drama will only drain your energy and distract you from your own goals and priorities. So how do you deal with a drama queen or king? Well, the first step is to establish clear boundaries. Let them know that you care about them, but you're not going to get involved in their drama. Don't engage in gossip or take sides in conflicts. And if they try to drag you into their chaos, politely but firmly excuse yourself from the conversation. If setting boundaries doesn't work, if the person continues to bring drama into your life despite your efforts, then it may be time to create some distance. Limit your interactions with them or cut them off entirely if necessary. Remember, your peace of mind and emotional well-being are too important to sacrifice for someone else's drama. The fourth type of person a wise person silently cuts off is the user. These are the people who only seem to come around when they want something from you. They're the ones who are always asking for favors, but rarely, if ever, offer to help you in return. They're the friends who only call you when they need a ride or a place to crash, but are nowhere to be found when you need support. They're the coworkers who always ask you to cover their shifts or do their work for them, but never reciprocate the favor. They're the family members who constantly ask for money or help, but never seem to get their own lives together. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with helping others or being generous with your time and resources. In fact, I believe that's an essential part of being a good human being. But there's a difference between being generous and being used. Users tend to take advantage of your kindness and generosity. They rarely show gratitude for your help, and they often disappear as soon as they get what they want from you. They may even try to manipulate you or make you feel guilty if you don't give them what they want. But here's the thing. You are not responsible for solving everyone else's problems or fulfilling their every need. You have your own life to live, your own goals to pursue, and your own needs to meet. And constantly giving to others at the expense of your own well-being is not sustainable or healthy. So how do you deal with a user? Well, the first step is to learn to say no. It's okay to set limits on what you're willing and able to do for others. It's okay to prioritize your own needs and goals. And it's okay to expect reciprocity and gratitude in your relationships. If someone consistently takes advantage of your kindness without ever giving back, it may be time to reevaluate the relationship. You don't have to cut them off completely unless their behavior is truly egregious, but you can create some distance and set firmer boundaries. Let them know that you value your time and energy, and you expect them to do the same. The fifth type of person a wise person silently cuts off is the critic. These are the people who always seem to have something negative to say about you or your efforts. They're the ones who are quick to point out your flaws and shortcomings, but slow to acknowledge your strengths and successes. They're the friends who always have a snide comment about your outfit or your haircut. They're the coworkers who constantly criticize your work, but never offer constructive feedback or solutions. They're the family members who make snide remarks about your life choices or belittle your accomplishments. Now, don't get me wrong. Constructive criticism, when given from a place of love and support, can be incredibly valuable. It can help us grow, improve, and become better versions of ourselves. But there's a difference between constructive criticism and constant negativity. Critics tend to focus solely on the negative. They rarely, if ever, have anything positive to say. And their criticism is often more about tearing you down than building you up. They may even try to disguise their criticism as tough love or just being honest. But their words are more hurtful than helpful. Here's the thing. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. You don't need people constantly pointing out your flaws and shortcomings. What you need are people who believe in you, support you, and encourage you to be your best self. So how do you deal with a critic? Well, the first step is to recognize that their criticism says more about them than it does about you. People who constantly criticize others are often projecting their own insecurities and unhappiness onto those around them. The next step is to set boundaries. Let the critic know that their constant negativity is not welcome or helpful. If they continue to criticize you despite your efforts, it may be time to limit your interactions with them or cut them off entirely. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, not tear you down. The sixth and final type of person a wise person silently cuts off is the toxic enabler. These are the people who encourage or enable your unhealthy or self-destructive behaviors. They're the ones who tell you it's okay to skip work or school to party with them. They're the ones who encourage you to drink or use drugs, even when you know it's not good for you. They're the ones who tell you to ignore your responsibilities or sabotage your goals in favor of short-term pleasures. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not talking about friends who occasionally encourage you to let loose and have fun. I'm talking about people who consistently encourage or enable behaviors that are harmful to your health, your relationships, your career, or your future. Toxic enablers often have their own issues and insecurities that they're trying to avoid by dragging others down with them. They may feel threatened by your success or happiness and try to sabotage it in order to make themselves feel better. Or they may simply not care about your well-being as long as they're getting what they want from you. But here's the thing. You are responsible for your own life and your own choices. You can't blame others for your unhealthy or self-destructive behaviors, no matter how much they may encourage or enable them. At the end of the day, you are the one who has to live with the consequences of your actions. So how do you deal with a toxic enabler? Well, the first step is to take a hard look at your own behaviors and choices. Are you engaging in activities or habits that are harmful to your health, your relationships, or your future? If so, it's time to make a change, regardless of what anyone else says or does. The next step is to set clear boundaries with the toxic enabler. Let them know that you're no longer willing to engage in unhealthy or self-destructive behaviors, and you expect them to respect your choices. If they continue to encourage or enable those behaviors despite your efforts, it may be time to cut them off entirely. Remember, your health, your happiness, and your future are too important to sacrifice for someone else's toxicity. You deserve to be surrounded by people who support your growth and well-being, not those who try to drag you down. So there you have it. The 6 types of people a wise person silently cuts off: the negative Nancy, the energy vampire, the drama queen or king, the user, the critic, and the toxic enabler. Now, I know that cutting people off is never easy. It can be uncomfortable, awkward, and even painful at times. But here's the thing. Your time, your energy, and your emotional well-being are precious resources. You can't waste them on people who don't deserve them. Cutting off toxic or negative people doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you selfish or unkind. On the contrary, it makes you wise. It makes you strong. It makes you someone who values yourself and your own growth and happiness. And here's the beautiful thing. When you start cutting off the people who drain you, you make room for the people who inspire you. When you start setting boundaries and prioritizing your own well-being, you attract others who do the same. You start to surround yourself with positive, supportive, and uplifting people who bring out the best in you. So my challenge to you today is this. Take a hard look at the people in your life. Ask yourself, are they lifting me up or dragging me down? Are they supporting my growth or hindering it? Are they adding value to my life or draining me of my energy and joy? If the answer is the latter, it may be time to start silently cutting them off. It may be time to start focusing on your own growth and happiness and surrounding yourself with people who support and inspire you. Remember, you are the master of your own life. You get to choose who you allow into your inner circle. You get to decide who deserves your time, your energy, and your love. So choose wisely, my friends. Choose the people who bring out the best in you. Choose the people who support your dreams and celebrate your successes. Choose the people who make you feel alive, inspired, and truly happy. And most importantly, choose yourself. Choose to prioritize your own well-being and growth. Choose to cut off the people and things that no longer serve you. Choose to live a life that is authentic, fulfilling, and truly your own. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Living a life that is true to yourself. Pursuing your passions and your purpose with courage and conviction. Surrounding yourself with people who lift you up and make you better. So go out there and start cutting off the negativity, the toxicity, and the people who don't deserve you. Make room for the positive, the uplifting, and the truly amazing. And always remember, you are worthy of love, happiness, and success. You are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. And you are never alone on this journey. Keep pushing forward, my friends. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep shining your light. The world needs more people like you. People who are wise, strong, and unafraid to live life on their own terms. Thank you for listening today. I hope this message has inspired you to start silently cutting off the people and things that no longer serve you and start embracing the ones that do. Remember, you got this. You are powerful beyond measure. And your best days are still ahead of you. Keep shining, my friends. Keep pushing forward. And never, ever give up on yourself or your dreams. Together, we can create a world filled with more positivity, more support, and more love. A world where we lift each other up instead of tearing each other down. A world where we celebrate our differences and embrace our common humanity. That's the world I want to live in. And I know that's the world you want to live in too. So let's start creating it one person at a time, one choice at a time, one day at a time. The journey may not always be easy, but I promise you it will be worth it. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing more powerful or more beautiful than a life lived with authenticity, courage, and love. So here's to cutting off the negativity and embracing the positive. Here's to surrounding ourselves with people who lift us up and inspire us to be our best selves. And here's to living a life that is truly and unapologetically our own. Thank you again for being here today. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. And I can't wait to see where your journey takes you next. Remember, you are powerful beyond measure. You are worthy of all the love and happiness in the world. And you are never, ever alone. Keep shining, my friends. Keep pushing forward. And always, always believe in yourself. The best is yet to come. And I know that the journey doesn't end here. There's so much more to explore, so much more to learn, and so much more to become. But for now, let's take a moment to celebrate how far we've come. Let's take a moment to appreciate the people in our lives who lift us up and make us better. And let's take a moment to recommit ourselves to our own growth and happiness. Because at the end of the day, that's what life is all about. Growing, learning, and becoming the best versions of ourselves. Surrounding ourselves with people who support and inspire us. And living a life that is authentic, fulfilling, and truly our own. So keep pushing forward, my friends. Keep cutting off the negativity and embracing the positive. Keep surrounding yourself with people who bring out the best in you. And always remember, you are capable of incredible things. You are worthy of love, happiness, and success. And you are never, ever alone on this journey. The world needs more people like you. People who are wise, strong, and unafraid to live life on their own terms. People who lift others up and make the world a better place. So go out there and be that person. Be the light in someone else's darkness. Be the hope in someone else's despair. Be the love in someone else's life. And always, always keep shining. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being a part of this journey. And thank you for being the amazing, incredible, and truly remarkable person that you are. I believe in you. I'm proud of you. And I can't wait to see where your journey takes you next. So here's to the next chapter. Here's to the next adventure. And here's to living a life that is truly and unapologetically our own. Let's make it a great one, my friends. Let's make it a life filled with love, laughter, and endless possibilities. The best is yet to come.